I've worked it out.
It's all right. We added it together. We got the maths working. Nork and Rez are on the receiving end of those P250s.
Cool. Okay.
Oh, we watched NIP the other day pick into Mirage against Ents, and that didn't go so well. How do they fare this time around? Look at Rez.
Up, yeah. They want to take a lot of that early space. Hampus is actually up. He's out connector. What? ZTR coming up ramp. Hampus is in the window.
Yeah, everywhere right now.
He's actually working on a B flank. Doesn't matter if all the frags go mousesports' way, though. The first few taps all successful. Now, the element of surprise kind of redundant, unless Hampus does more than that. He has caught Bemis in rotation, but another one for Dexter. Been saying that an awful lot, and it's finished neat and tidy. Rops with a quiet 3 across the map.
Okay, well, that was quite the start.
Cool idea. Loved seeing Hampus worm his way through the gap in their CT setup.
I'm not sure if he's meant to get, like, I'm not talking about Mauser setup, I'm talking about NIP strat. I'm not sure if he's meant to get so much room or if he's meant to find a fight and it's meant to be chaos and draw the rotations. Unfortunately, it didn't work out no matter which way we cut it. And NIP will just be down to an economical. Hampus with the Deagle, everybody else onto Glocks, and this is a chance for mousesports to convert a second round. Now, they've had their hard time against these low buys, but this is not one of the regular force buy scenarios.
There should be no way. I mean, they might be going for a little bit of a Machini TV special here. Try and sell a B fake, plant on A. Hampus is given the task to find this solo A defender, and if he does, that's a bomb plant. Bemis. Oh, such a good opportunity. But now they'll try and sell it. Here we go. Steps. Dexter dropping the nade, and oh no, a Glock if he goes down. The dinks were there, but he hasn't fallen.
Oh, it's so dicey.
Now he does go down as ETR in the meantime. We did miss it, but no bomb plant. That's a dream that's been dashed. And Nork's Glock. We may as well have a go.
All right, handled there. We will see the buy come through from NIP now. Should be able to afford those AK-47s, no dramas whatsoever. But with these bonus guns, as it were, for Maus, they can be a little bit more aggressive. Dexter gets dropped one of those MP9s. Frozen will upgrade into a rifle. No AWP. But there is a scope for Acor working with the AUG. Now, I noticed the other day when it was FaZe versus Maus, I think it was, and we had Rain coming out ramp, and he was just focusing on those 3 positions on the site. He was looking default box or towards back of site, under the balcony, and triple box, and that seems to be where Bemis was playing a lot. Close ramp setup right now from Maus as NIP will take middle, uncontested.
Acor can't quite finish off the job, and now surging into Frozen. Trying to keep them at bay. Oh, very good deep flash. It should enable another duel. There he is. Slows down Nork's retreat. Dexter catches one blind through the smoke. And Ninjas in Pyjamas are just getting sent out of the server. It's only Hampus. An ace clutch seems like too tall of an order, and Dexter, he is in the perfect position to collect. He'll even grab himself the upgrade. And there you have it.
But I saw a smile on Dexter's face there.
Yeah, he's not allowed to have fun when playing European CS. What are you doing? That's supposed to be stressful.
Business only. Well, I think here, when we did talk to Hampus in the post-game interview, asked a couple of questions about Mirage and why they picked it against Ents. Ents hadn't had a map on record. They didn't know what to expect. He actually mentioned he got caught off guard a couple times while doing strats in middle. So NIP, to allow this one here to be the third, they must have some confidence in it, not having those same problems as they had the other day. And Maus get another chance to breathe. So they've dealt with the eco, the gun round, and now they're getting another lower buy.
Hampus, he is trying to trifle with Dexter. Oh.
So cheeky, Hampus.
Yeah. Gave it a go. But he's gone down in the apartment's duel eventually. Frozen from ladder room provides a little bit of support. Still just 4 Deagles in the mix. Plopsky's looking to nutmeg on that smoke. No one's home. 4 in middle.
Yeah, this is the type of round where Maus being passive is actually to their benefit.
Yeah, just don't give them that way in. Because you know, you give it an inch, Rez can take a mile. This time he's gone. And that is the trade provided by Plopsky. Shouldn't be too much more. As you can see, look at that crossfire established between Rops and Acor. Your options are minimal. Eventually he's going to swing out to mid and call it clear. In which case, Plopsky catches the jiggle. This is spicy. The bomb is on short. If you could make the jump, oh, which you can, ZTR, this young gun, is making a round out of this. He's got 19 seconds in a dream. Rops has rotated into kitchen, so it's only Dexter, and he's hit the shot. 10 HP. Rops presents his head. It's too quick, too easy for the Estonian. Trying to get a rifle into Dexter's hands, not going to be made. Oh,
I think he got it, yeah.
The AUG in time, wow.
Just in the split second there. I thought
it
he
looks
was
so
shot
far away
from
from his hands, yeah.
That E key, sometimes she's a cruel mistress. Here it pays off. Almost got dicey there, right? Dexter going down to 11 health. He dies, it maybe is a different story, but Rops mops it up. And he's currently sitting at 7-0, so yet to die.
He's just doing it all. No worries, I'll watch the flank, I'll watch short. Dexter catching that deagle bullet, very grateful for his life. Hello, I love a bit of this. Rops actually joining Acor for an aggressive mid stance. And I mean, that is a lot of util now on the floor. Acor flashing himself out for the repeak. There's definitely some revenge in Plopsky's heart, but smoked off now, and actually straight through the smoke they've caught another. Oh, the casualties keep coming straight through the smoke. Plopsky tried to advance, gray screened and executed. A double for Mouse to open up the defensive proceedings.
Not sure how Rez and Nork are meant to get back in this. They had some success on Inferno in these situations, but not this time round.
Oh, even worse for Rez. He didn't have a chance to fire a bullet accurately. And now Nork desperately trying to hold on to his AWP. He does get a little value out of it, bit of pocket change.
How many are they going to feed him?
Oh dear. Just as he looks away, they'd almost lined up for a double.
The interesting thing about that round, and probably one of the reasons that NIP kept running into that, was after the opening kill from Acor happened, traditionally you'd expect teams to bail out. But if you look at the setup there from mousesports, not only did they have Acor in this underpass position, they had one player behind him, they had one player in connector, and they had one player on short. So their focus was middle. If they're able to stop you getting underpass control and stop you getting top mid control for free, it means you can't get away with your standard defaults. So this is an aggressive mid control strategy, but one where they haven't just barreled up middle like you might traditionally see in a Mirage game. So it's very well thought through. They baited NIP into having to go for those kind of pushes, and that's the reason why Acor gets that second kill, because the play to take back mid has to be made. But we get another look here at Threat's green socks, as the Ninjas are going to be talking through what options they have here. 5-0 is the scoreline. Money is in a position right now where NIP can go for a half buy with a full execute, maybe change that pace up, apply some pressure to Dexter over towards that B bomb site, or continue to try and isolate BMS over towards A. They give BMS a lot of responsibility on that A bomb site when Rops and Acor have to deal with middle. So it is a pressure point. I
found it interesting there to see how he's communicating with them and delegating. It does seem to be with a very kind of, you know, authority-driven approach.
All right, well, the freeze time is ticking on back down, so we'll get this one underway, as it will just be NIP to, well, I was just going to say pistols. Hand pistols on to the AK, so they still don't want this money to start to explode out of control for Mouse. You can check it out right now. The only player with a lot is BMAS at 8.5. Back underway, and well, let's see how deadly they can make this. CTR was quite the hero on Dust 2. You had to frag with Rez on this one. Still early days.
What is this timing? Hampus is trying to leap through. CT smoke lands square on him. And they are out ramp. CTR caught, executed by the flash or combo. And even a bit of nade damage inflicted onto ramp. That is where two members have gathered. As that smoke fades, Rops is ready for a swing, and this time it's Hampus's AK that does find impact. Could get uncomfortable now for Mouse. Losing another player in Plopsky. Multiple targets now for Beamus, and just like that, another body drops. NIP looking for their first and doing it with this mishmash of deagles. There's no way in for Acor. He's been great so far, but he's been nullified into this one.
Oh, he's been heard too, that molly tick. Dexter falls, Acor's known. AWP has to save, he can't even get away. Look at this, Hampus just looking at the unbroken vent. Acor will do the honors.
Kitchen, they know him.
Yeah, Hampus has got him here. Or Hampus had him here. Nice shot from Acor, it's just about survival. The amount of players I see taking their hands off the mouse these days is wild. I guess because each round goes for 2 minutes plus, you're going to have to deal with a little itch or a scratch at some point. Okay, well, a good round back from NIP and one where they weren't favored in winning with that type of a buy. It was just that AK on Hampus. He makes it work. And then, strangely, I understand why Frozen's trying to get out from under the balcony. He doesn't want to be isolated after his position is known. But him and Pyjamas are caught in no man's land there, right? You can see them in the open. They're trying to take fights. At that point, it's anybody's game. It's no longer the CTs holding strong lines. Double orbs come out. Rops is into the second. And fast window smoke this time round. AK doesn't even get a chance to jump.
Damn, I rarely see the window jumper get caught so quick. Hampus has given Ninjas in Pyjamas a chance to start to really mess with the equilibrium. He's doing it all. Knocks down Robs again.
Both AWPers they dealt with. Both
like that, with his AK no less. Oh, okay, things about to go awry. That double kill, we're talking 3v5 territory, has been completely leveled. And now the T side, admittedly, does have to make an executive decision. Nork's trying to take space. Oh, silently was the key word, not anymore. And a sitting
Pyjamas, no!
Pyjamas has completely had the script flipped. That was a free frag for him. Frozen does make good on his promise. But now with the 60-second mark, there is a lot of info being taken by both squads. Plopsky versus Dexter is going to be a big determining factor. He finds it just as Plopsky swiveled away. Okay, so he might be opting for a bit of a cut noise here. He's hoping that Frozen goes looking.
He has good nades for this, but he has to get past Frozen. Dexter cleared out middle, and he's found the timing.
It's a small one.
This is miraculous.
It's a small wall window, though, right?
The molly's going to help.
True. Smoke would have been a dream, but...
Oh, heard now.
Yeah. And Frozen's probably not going to let that bomb go down. It does. And just as he tries to retreat, Frozen peeks on out and catches him in transition. Trying to take a gamble there, hoping to pip the gap on the way back. And admittedly, it's a great plan with no smokes for the retake had he got there.
Yeah, he opened that round though, Hampus. So going to be disappointed. The rest of his teammates just disintegrated around him, right? He gets A-Core jumping out the window, deals with Rops. Both of those AWPs have been saved by Dexter and Frozen. So something clearly that mousesports want to prioritize here. And now they're up 6-1. Now, look, this is how quick he was there. 148, A-Core just caught. And the flash, actually, Hampus had just gotten blind at that point. So this is really good stuff from Hampus. Oh, Pyjamas. We've all had one.
Frozen saved him there.
We've definitely all had one of those moments. 3 kills for Frozen in that one. And Hampus has bought back into an AK again. Nort can buy an AWP, ZTR can buy. Everyone's good. This is in virtue of that round where Hampus was able to get that entry through the smoke connector and they won that low buy. So that gave them residual cash to work with here going into round number 8.
If ever there was a game plan, if ever you had a page of the strat book to rip out and deploy, a 5-round deficit on the T side of a third map might be that spot, that sweet spot. And it does seem like we're going to get a very different flavor here. Swedes definitely trying to make it feel like mid-control. There's the smoke and Molotov bloom. Haven't seen Dexter punish too much on his B defense so far. He's been very willing to take aggressive lines. Previously MP9s, now with the M4.
Dexter's committed to this now. The fact that they're on the other side of that wall. Oh,
big find.
Freebie.
Completely. Hampus trying to find a gap, and this time it costs him his life. A-Core, he reacts in time only just, but baited in. Dexter's got the trigger discipline, and the element of surprise is only good for one. Nork, quickest of flicks, enables a chance for NIP to find a second here, string together some consecutive rounds. Frozen opting for the underpass. They're rotating from A. They have the time to get that bomb planted. Smoke deployed to the window. And a bomb to be planted. ZTR to take some space. They're actually already going through the smoke, completely denying it. Look at this. Robs has completely nullified half of the site. ZTR's not expecting this. Oh, wait. Yep. Spots his toes. Knocks his shoes clean off. And now all onto one man, Nork, who only just defied the odds. He's doing it again. He caught Dexter with a quick one now, 1v1. Pyjamas had a tough go of things, and it gets worse for him. Nork doesn't blink. And NIP steal away a second. This is the battle now for financial supremacy. Supremacy? Supremacy.
That's the one.
There it is.
It sounded good.
Supremacy.
Yeah, probably could have got away with that one. I would have let you off the hook.
I said it with such conviction.
Yeah.
I had to.
It was all good. It was like, yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's the one.
Supremacy.
Well, I don't know what to say about these situations. mousesports are doing so much to put themselves in the driver's seat, and then NIP are ripping them away. It continues just to add insult to injury, considering those low-buy rounds they lost in the last map. Have to worry about the mental here for Mouse, but Rops onto Hampus. He's going to push through. He wants some more, and he cannot take down Rez. He's going to get the trade, and we're on to B.
They're so far into B. Dexter's Deagle is just not cut out for the task. Maybe, just maybe, the M4 of Frozen. I just took a look at the map, never mind.
The save is already on the agenda. Look at this. How far away can you get from the site, mousesports?
That's the challenge. And this time, B has been the point of contention.
Yeah, unraveled, really. Let's see what Rups is going for. We were taking a look last night on the podcast they do, talking about the entry stats for mousesports, and Rups is actually, I think he was highest in attempts and success. Like, he was their highest overall, right? At the
definitely
highest rating.
going for them.
Yeah, and that's one of the things. I think Rups of old is most people consider him to be a bit more lurky and stuff. In recent times, I think it was Hawker who did a video actually talking about Rops's aggression and something that he's been needing to do more. And look, I think that Rops is a fantastic player. He can do whatever the hell he wants. It's just a shame that there aren't too many other players on this team who have shown consistently that they can go for aggressive maneuvers to find them openings. Yeah, that's a feeling we've all had before. As the saved guns are good, I don't think we'll be seeing the full investment from mousesports behind this. Need to start letting that loss bonus build now so they can be more threatening in future rounds. Don't want to find yourself in between buys for too much. It feels like with Mouse, we've said that a lot.
Be more threatening than 3 save rifles.
Yeah, so how are they going to throw these across the map? A-Core, Frozen, BMS, where are you going to end up here?
You send the Orc Palace. That's going to be a quick boost into the window room.
Obviously, he's already top mid.
Yeah.
In at 40.
He's got friends as well. 3 silent ninjas. You can see their intentions. It's painted all over the minimap. And the flash executes one of those remaining rifles. Bullets do connect. Dexter with a slight gap he can try here, and it's Rops that finds them. That's weapons for the two of them. But this is the CT side now locked out, and Rez continues to make things costly. 4. Hello.
Rops loves a
quick
good
succession.
Clutch. He's going to go for it? Come on, Rops, give us something. We know you love a good clutch. Remember the Vertigo ones we had the other day? He almost wins the 1-on-5, so then the next round he wins the 1-on-3 because he didn't quite get across the line.
That's right.
I think better of that this time round.
Just every one of those jiggles, he's ready to click the mouse. Like, it's not just doing it for show. Every single time, he's readying himself for the potential of a little CT head presenting itself.
If there was any question if he was focused or not, just take a look at his posture, ladies and gentlemen. Well, not his posture, just take a look.
Saving.
Yeah, he's just so glued to the screen, right? The focus, when you're locked in like that, you're not seeing anything else. Saves that AK. That's the most exciting part of the round for Mouse, I think.
Yeah. That's 4 NIP rounds out of the last 5 of play. This is getting a little sketchy.
I don't know what they can do with their buy, because the money's not great again. They're going to be low on util, and they need to hit shots. Like, that seems to be some of their problems, right? Is that they're losing a lot of these fights. They're losing rounds when they have utility advantage and weapons on par to lower buys. So I don't know what's gone wrong for mousesports at the moment.
Yo, Rops is up to his usual antics again with the aggression. Will he be flashed in? 2. He can hear them. So close. He lurks within the smoke, looking to adjust his crosshair. Finds Hampus on one side, but ZTR is immediately there for the trade. Dexter pulls mousesports back into a competitive side. He actually walks on that smoke. I think he might have been spotted. Yeah, just enough visible gray screen. Dexter trying to throw a little bit of spice into the mix, but instead, he's completely ruined the curry.
Yeah, and because he's gone through his own smoke, though, he doesn't even know what was on the other side. Just know that Plopsky was there with the bomb, and now NIP take control of this round. BMS, A-Core, left on an island with no information. A-Core searching with the AWP. The timing
Oh, Acor, so close. Nearly got the crosshair in the right place, but ZTR has found him. And over the top, Bemis, the element of surprise is found, and they are immediately trying to sprint that bomb to B. On the retreat, that was such a chance. So low. Nork's gotten away. NIP have, and the bomb will be planted safe. This, no easy feat for Bemis now, no kit. 23 bullets in his fresh M4. And relatively loud, so Nork knows what. Great reactions, doesn't let the AWP pull the trigger. Finishes what he started on A, here on B for the retake, taking a lot of liberties as well. He needs to try and work out where that bomb could be planted for. It's just a bit too mysterious. Plopsky will secure another for the Ninjas. 5 rounds now secured of the last 6 of play. And those CTs just having it whittled away time after time. This is Dexter's death.
There was a chance, right? If he killed Nork there on that rotation, it is a true one-on-one. Plopsky probably same situation, hidden somewhere, just to be an absolute thorn in his side. But what was a convincing start from Mouse has now turned into quite the string of rounds from NIP.
Yeah, frustrations are starting to boil over.
Yeah, I feel like we're seeing these pistols a lot with Mouse, and that's what happens when you don't get the opportunity to save guns or you go for retakes and you fail. So it will just be Deagles again. They really do love the Deagles over there. Probably all watching Rops in practice, just putting bullets in the body.
Yeah.
That highlight the other day, right? At low ramp on train, I think it was.
Yeah, and we also had, there was a couple of Fame did something similar to Cloud9. We saw just 4 of them running into the side. He just 6 clicks, straight to the center of mass, right to your belt buckle.
Gets it done nice and easy.
All right. This time, Rops responsible for an aggressive CT maneuver. It won't find too much early. In fact, they're going for their A and mid play once again. Hampus, such conviction to be pulling his knife out like that.
He's very comfortable around these mid lurk smokes as Hampus, knows what he's up against. Easy as you like against the USP.
Yeah, he smoked his support. There was no way that anyone other than that A-core frag was going to come in. I say it, Bemis and Rops have made the hand cannon connect. And even the scout has. ZTR's in trouble too. Rops with an AK. He can finish the job, but ZTR beheads him. Keeping it competitive. Bomb loose on the A site. Scout and AK in the mix. And Nork, Frozen should have this. Frozen has it. Takes off their head, and Dexter puts the final nail into the nip coffin. Nice to see a round pulled across the line.
They get their own back. I don't know if it makes up for all the ones that they've lost right there. For Mouse to have a low by victory, might just turn the tide of this half.
Let's see how it started. Comes through the underpass with an element of surprise. He was there the whole time. He just parked it and finds 2. Dexter provides the final frag. There's 7. mousesports back on the board. And those double AWPs that they're so very convinced are the recipe for success.
Bet not broken. Keep that in mind for some window boost of Hampus.
Ooh, hoo, hoo.
Something.
Knocks his ear off. CTR catching a little of the nade as well. That's the dream. If you're running double AWP setup, finding that early frag in the first 10 seconds of play, dream territory.
Hampus is in connector again. I don't know if Rops has spotted him.
He will in a second.
Or has now.
Yep. Barrel identified. And Rops repositioning.
Wants to lock Hampus in.
The silence, the calm before the storm, now nades. And the flash, not quite good enough. Rops has his vision in time and pulls the trigger onto 2 of them, making it work. This is a triple kill so far. Even finds a 4th. Rops just making it any weapon work in his hands, plying his trade, reminding us that this is a name we'll be screaming in stadiums once again eventually. Look at this angle he finds onto Nork. Sweet spot. And even the sweet spot to evade those T flashes as well, Chad. He played that to perfection.
Yeah, I think as soon as he sees the barrel, he's aware that they might be looking at an ace split. So not only is he putting himself in a spot to secure that Hampus kill, he can pivot around that box and help fight towards Palace, ramp, connector, even window. Good stuff there from Rops. Pistols now for NIP. And back and forth we go. Fast towards Connector, an avenue that's been working for Hampus.
Yeah, this time there's an AWP to receive him. He does a lot of good clear, but Rops will have A-Core support for this.
Hey, boys.
Smoke, I'm sure a quick scope is in order! There they go! Oh, and he's toppling them all. 3 frags in just the same amount of seconds. Plopsky and ZTR holding on to their sidearms. Trying to get away from harm. There is no way in. Smoke is best bet. Catches it as it fades. And maybe Frozen. Nope. Timing's there. Frozen will have it. 9 for mousesports. So this is exactly what they were hoping for. We could see there was frustrations bubbling over, but digging their heels in with a connection of 3.
Yeah, he got real lucky on this one, didn't he? Don't think he was expected to get a double kill.
Never seen that exchange.
That's quite a curious one right there. So the AWPs back-to-back rounds having huge impact. And for the final round here in the first half, no AWP for Nork, just those AK-47s. Utility, what can NIP do to walk away with one more round? Frozen's out fast this time.
Oh, he misses his shot between the wickets. Frozen's going to be on his own here, but he didn't choose to push, and so perhaps the element of surprise is there. Rops has a flash to set up Frozen. It's CTR, his first victim. The wide swings found by A-Core, but kept even as Hampus does what he does best. A chance again from A-Core using this ladder room position with the AWP, with conviction.
Still picking.
Yeah, he might even go for further lines. Yep, he has, and just narrowly misses his chance. It was a small window. And Hampus trying to create space, loses his life. Bemis does well, does his job. And that should be another A-Core, 1 frag away, and that's 10. mousesports holding on, keeping NIP's sweat on the brow. 5 for the Swedes as they swap into the defense. We'll be right back.
Because we gave it everything when we had nothing. Gave it everything when we had nothing. Holding on by a thread, couldn't grab nothing. Seems we moved on to a better place. Shine away from the shade. But now that we're here, ain't no going back.
Glaive, my in-game leader, the way that he's been keeping Astralis at the top for a very long time now, and like consistently just being able to be in that top 5, top 3, top 1 for a very long time is something that's really hard to do. I picked Saiwu as my AWPer. I don't really think I need a reason for that, right? First of all, he never really misses a shot, and like he's rotating properly. He's helping his teammates. He's always at the right position to help out and actually be there when the enemy team hits aside something. I would have Robs actually, my teammate. He's just really consistent in getting those 2 to 3 kills every time, and he's really amazing in clutches as well. Like he's like an overall really good player. So he's playing the second AWP as well. Like you can't really ask for more of a player. My pick for the entry would be Dupree. I would want him as my entry because he's been so consistent over the years, and he's keeping himself ahead of the meta every time. You see the way he's entering and actually looking out for new stuff, and he also brings a lot of mood into the team. He's a really looks like a really open guy and brings a lot of mood to the team, which is really important. Actually, this was a bit hard. There was a few players that you could choose, but I actually went with Nico from G2. Like he has a lot of experience. He was in-game leading before at some point, and actually just his raw skill and mechanics is the reason why I picked him. Individually, he's so good. Sonic, the way he tries to lighten up the mood in the team, you see him just standing up and bringing the hype, and he just seems like a really good guy. And from what I hear, he's also a really good coach. Like Yeah, I would choose Sonic.
Together and staying off track forever. Child of the nation, we'll seek redemption. Time for salvation.
Mousesports 10-5 for the Ninjas, but it is Mirage and it is the third map of our second series today. ESL Pro League second group, Group B. It's going down. It will be concluding tomorrow. Mousesports do have an advantage so far. They managed to turn it around after what looked like a pretty damn solid T-side from the Ninjas. Good to see ZTR. Bright-eyed, wide-eyed, whatever the expression may be, and bushy-tailed. We are ready for the 1xbet odds. You can see Mousesports given a slight edge. NIP certainly competitive still. And it doesn't take long for that 10-5 to feel competitive. It starts with a pistol.
Putting a wide net out here, Mouse, just defaulting across the map for any early pushes. Frozen has a lot to deal with here.
Yeah, Rez is holding him. And he wasn't anticipating that. Nork to swing out. Frozen is being hunted, and yes, Rez provides. Into A. Oh, it's unguarded. ZTR has to hold the cross. It's hard to shots to hit. Baited by the jump. Double swing. No one's hitting anything. But he confirms the bomb can go down. Acor pushing triple. Smoke on CT. He does get across. And what are you up to on the flash? They're so blind. Nork desperately hits a scroll wheel. Acor hits two. Mousesports poised now, and Bemis with the flank to seal the deal. He doesn't quite. Acor does, though. Triple kill for the Dane.
Sure. I wasn't sure Mouse was going to get the bomb down in time there. Acor had to push through that smoke. It would have been fading. They might have been caught out of position, and that is everything. That is everything in this round. You can see both of them scamper away completely blind. Acor whiffing a couple, but it does not matter when he hits a shot like that onto Hampus. Denied. Good stuff there as Mousesports are looking to pick up their first series. Now, the complications for the group, Mouse cannot progress. But NIP, they need to win this one. And we spoke to kick this off about the pressure, you know, maybe getting to the youngsters on NIP. Not a whole lot of experience over there. This would be a terrible one to drop. And the freedom of Mouse, we're seeing it more and more. Acor looks like he's coming into his own.
Oh, my lord. Look how much progress they've made without any info for Hampus. He's talking. Flashes. And he does tuck in. There's a chance on that Deagle, and he does well to find the first. Eventually knocked on his arse, though, and now into the site they are locked out. Frozen's even got a Molotov if he fancies.
Don't tell me Mouse are going to convert a second round.
It may very well may be the case, especially when you've got this as your pièce de résistance. A little bit of ROPS action from behind. Could very well be the end of Rez as well. You won't be able to escape.
Cleaning him up, taking him down. Just Nork. I don't think he's going to be able to get too far away from this one.
12, though. Like I had a different picture in my head. This was NIP. They've had their team talk. They've had their Cheerios. And, well, this one, like, there is only 4 rounds stopping at Mousesports from completely playing spoiler and just ripping NIP's chances of a Group B top 3 placement.
I'm going to say something, Alex.
Go on.
It's going to have implications here. If NIP win another almost full USP round, the only thing they're purchasing right now is a P250 in the hands of Hampus. That's not even a flash. If they win this one, I'm going to walk away and let you cast the rest, because 2 USP ecos, losing them to the same team in the same day,
it doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen.
It shouldn't happen.
Shouldn't, probably a better word to use.
The problem is I feel like it might.
Okay, well, they've gone for the 4-window strat. I really don't think this should work.
Me either. And I'm hoping and praying for Mousesports' sake and their mental well-being that it doesn't. But we've seen some calamities around from Mousesports here.
You have. Bimp broke it down on the Dust 2 oopsie, the boo-boo. Dex is talking. And A is completely unguarded, so with a Molotov perfectly positioned to stop that jungle angle being taken, and Hampus pushing up mid to only find Frozen. He's not interested in any of that. He knows that they might be wanting to punish him. Good restraint from Frozen. And now the frags can come in, farming up the cash as much as they can. SMG's given a priority in this one. Oh, nicely done. Good burst from the MAC-10. And we got ourselves a knife kill. Nork was working on that one for a while, trying. Oh, one more bullet could have denied Frozen. But no, he keeps the KD high. 20 kills, 8 deaths. It's time for the weapons. It's time for NIP to show their worth, show their mettle. This was what Nork was waiting for. A lovely double left click.
Great for the bank balance as well there. So Nork is going to have a lot more to operate with his AWP. It won't just be AWP, but maybe some light nades, maybe some armor. It's going to be the AWP, head armor, and a full set of nades coming on through. So let's see if that's a difference maker in round number 19, because NIP got to get going now.
Yeah, they really do. We need to see one of those convincing rounds. Perfect molly from Hampus. They go through it. He misses his shots, though, and suppressing fire is present. They know there's more than one in mid. But how many? The numbers are vague. They're blurry. It's uncomfortable. Frozen's so pushed up. And he can have a lot of fun with this. The rest of his team can do whatever they desire. It seems like it is going to be that 1-3-1. Loads of util. That is for mousesports. Relevant as well, though. Plenty of smokes for Nip and Rez. Perfect timing on the incendiary. Does mean he can probably stop worrying about Palace, but he's actually just been pushed further into A on that. Yeah,
Nork just cleared B apps and he's rotating away from the site. He'll be faster to help out with his A attack.
Frozen's been here a long time. They're keeping track of him. Hampus keeping him honest, but the spray battle is won by the Swede. More chances. Oh, CTR could not have timed it any better. A lot more. Too many duels, in fact. It's only Rez. Catches Robs completely off guard, and a second quick trade from Beamus. Hampus is there. It's only A-core. He's low and about to be even lower. The smoke to fade, as will the lights in his eyes.
Another kill would be great.
3, 2, and indeed 1.
Oh,
he's loud. And he's found. Okay. NIP, the start of a very long journey. It's the first CT round we've seen them post. Now it's time to do some convincing, because there is an entire Twitch chat, as well as 2 casters, that have kind of written you out of this one.
It just, it's not completely over, but it's feeling like it's going to be a difficult task. That round right there, if you get one more kill A-core, if you make that a little bit more costly for NIP, well, then the economy situation for NIP is in a lot of trouble. But the fact they keep 3 alive, they can drop guns across, and this is starting to become more and more of a possibility for the Ninjas. Just ZTR soloing A right now, and oh, Nork flashed off the line, mid-control and mid-aggression. Bombs in T-spawn, Beamus and Dexter towards top mid. Rops is in Palace this time. Last round he was in a ramp, and the rotation has been rejigged around. Nork's now made it to ticket. Rez still dealing with connector. Hampus pivoting up close on short for info. Plopsky anchoring B. NIP are sitting pretty where they are right now. So they're faking mid-control, but there's no one pushing back Hampus. There's nobody putting any pressure on Rez. 2 players can still wait over to A from NIP to deal with this.
Gathered by the smoke. Ouch. 130 damage. And a frag. Nork delivers. ZTR as well. A CT lockout. And mousesports left wondering, scratching their heads. What are we supposed to do? There's still more smokes to be deployed. Dexter's been caught on his prong of the assault. And the elusive rounds for mousesports will continue. NIP. They don't want to let him get away with anything. Gap in the smoke. Hampus wins his duel out eventually, and the fist bumps are exchanged.
Looks like we lost Rops there for a second, so we'll be getting him back in the server momentarily. Tech pause has been called, so just bear with us. But couldn't ask for a better timing right there. And at this point, you're standing behind the smoke. You're thinking to yourself, oh, I guess we got to go forward. And they run straight into it. ZTR well positioned here, but let's all stand in your living rooms right now.
Put your lighters up.
Get up on the coffee tables. Get your mouse in your hand.
What are they doing on a coffee table with a mouse in their hand?
Well, I use my mouse as my remote. So in my setup, I have my little Nook plugged into the TV as well as my second monitor. So that operates as like my media center.
So you're a single PC for the gaming.
Yes.
You've got double monitor trouble on the backup media center.
Yeah, and I used that Nook I brought with me to do the streaming that I did for a couple days when I first got here, but haven't had the energy to do it since.
Yeah, no. I actually still haven't updated my Twitch page. So if you want to laugh, by the way, guys, during this tech timeout, head over to twitch.tv/machine and take a look at the last time I bothered to set up my Twitch. It's Microsoft Paint icons and a picture of me before facial hair existed.
Okay, so we're going back about 10 years.
Yeah, I was wearing a really, really itchy H&M jacket that I was convinced I had to wear because that's what some people selectively realized they're comfortable wearing, decided to force it upon everyone else.
Yeah, but you look good in it, even though it was a bit itchy. I know the one you're talking about. It was grey, wasn't it?
No, I did look good in that one. This was way before I started trying to bend the rules to fit my personal taste. Convinced that wasn't an option for a while.
Well, mousesports are out of options as far as the buy goes here, right? It's just the Glocks. Rops has just dropped. Morale at an all-time low. Things aren't looking too fantastic. They swarm middle.
Quick double. AK is loose, but there shouldn't be any more to say about this one. He's even ready for it. If Acor fancies his chances, he's gonna dice with death as the nades come in as well. Ooh, Rops has kind of got a pretty sweet angle. He drops to reposition, hoping ZTR just places his head in the vice. Rez does, and Rops does not miss. Such a threat. Such a threat. How is he consistent? I mean, he's on 23 and 11 again, Chad. The dude has been having such a swing of performance.
A little fragger that could, they call him.
Yeah.
I think I can. He gives every shot a crack. Does Rops.
Certainly never quits, never surrenders.
He's not being offered anything here. No one has taken a look.
Yeah, but if you're
Nook,
Nork, don't you just want to have a look? Don't you just want to know?
You do when you only got 8 kills. You'd love that 9th. 10 will be smelling.
CTR, I assume he's responsible to stop the Nork flank. Otherwise, this is the gap. Okay, so passive.
Has to fight spawn.
Yeah, and if he wins this duel with like a couple of seconds spare, there could be a plant. He's loud now. CTR. Oh, what? While jumping? And he's gotten across. Okay, panic over. Rops is being pushed, and Nork saves the day.
Thanks, Rops.
Thank you very much, Rops. Just denying all odds. Nice shot, he says in chat.
With a lol underneath.
Nice shot, lol.
It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, that was good, but did you mean to do that?
Is that what you were looking for?
Oh, it doesn't really matter, does it? As we go through a bit of a, what would we call that? A barrel roll. I think we would call that little camera maneuver right there. Here's the shot.
Yeah, man, that's just, he didn't even realize it. Like, that's how much it defied the odds, is the man that did it didn't realize he'd done it.
Yeah. All right, well, 2 players boosted up to vent room here. Another change up from NIP as they continue to mount this comeback.
Yeah, we're talking. We're cooking.
Got the mid control they're looking for. Setting up the nades now. Smoke towards window is what's going to be thrown out of the hands of Bemis. But guess what? Nork's found Acor in the meantime. Smokes himself off. Trying to take the space back quickly, but Mouse, you've been denied.
Ooh,
Hello.
it's a freebie. And NIP looking set for the CT lockout. Can we have a quick recap of what we've seen mousesports T-side try so far?
Win pistol. And then go from there. But since it's been the default spreads, they tried doing a mid fake with a late A execute. Here they went for mid control again. They went for a faster B split as well in some of the earlier stages where we had Frozen get into vent room early.
True.
So they have looked like they can get mid control, but it never feels like there's like the plan is to go and get the kills. It looks like the plan is to get the information. So now that they found themselves in a 3-on-5, once again they've got control. But NIP aren't afraid to take the fights. And I when we came in today, you mentioned that you played a matchmaking game on Mirage and how, you know, stifling it can feel. You have to be willing to take fights like this. And look at it, Hampus continues to search, continues to look. And it's just this one man again. So Rops, it looks like he's baiting, but everyone's just gone on fights on their own and they've lost. What else is the kid meant to do?
Yeah. Too many targets, too little time. 9 for the Ninjas. mousesports, it's getting a little quiet over there. It's been 4 in a row now. We discussed how quickly that gap can close. Admittedly, the gap's still large enough that mousesports considered to have the edge, but they'll have to prove it.
They need a plan.
Certainly not in this one. Yeah, this is something that I've become more hyper aware of as I've been casting with this Brainiac on my right. Is the woes the T side. I always consider the T side economy to be super favored and super like luxurious. The weapons are cheaper. You're getting bombs down, but that part, getting the bombs down, it actually can look quite painful. I think the Renegades game was where you gave me a proper 101 on it, but you really can feel quite screwed when you're, especially under the thumb, as it's the second half when you take to the T side.
Yeah.
There's a balance of battling for control of the economy, keeping the CTs honest, but also, yeah, these Deagles and Kevlars, and they fall flat, and then another round, another round, and suddenly that CT economy is flourishing. It goes both ways, Chad, and you've helped me understand that.
Yeah, it comes to keeping it clean, right?
Wait, that ADR is bugged, no?
Rushley?
He's not averaging 200 ADR.
ADR is bugged.
There you go. Thank you, Rushley.
Well, I shouldn't have said that with such conviction. I was trying to use it to hype him up. My bad.
Right. Rush is honest. I don't think Rush has ever told a lie in his life.
I'd have believed it, though. That's how good he's having it.
All right. Well, Frozen. He's found the aggressive maneuver here, so been able to find an opening, and maybe this is exactly what mousesports need. Need to keep this threatening. Robs did his best clutch attempt before. Now they've given themselves a number advantage. What can they do with it? Dexter's slipped the net. He's coming across, jumping into window, straight into the hands.
She missed up the movement, and it's just such a great warning for Rez. Like, hey, is your crosshair not in the right place? Let me
I'm coming.
Give you an extra second to get it there.
Okay. This is just mousesports limping out. And
why do I feel
fights.
like he's about to blow off the head of ZTR? Just as he's transitioning, this time the timing's not going to favor him. Oh, maybe it will. ZTR will have reported back saying, Nork, can you put the zoom banger on mid? And hello. Takes his time, doesn't rush the flick, but Rops takes down the AWPer. And it was a chance for Pyjamas to open up the A site, but ZTR's done it. Falls away. Bomb on Frozen, just the two of them. In a 2 versus now 1 versus 3. And only damage. There you are, ZTR. 3 crucial frags. Puts the 10th on the board for NIP and are stringing together. Now 6 in a row. That's bad maths. Hang on. 5 in a row. Makes more sense.
5 plus 5 equals 10.
That's correct.
10 points to Gryffindor.
What would you be, Chad? I don't know where to put you.
I'm either a Slytherin.
Yeah, actually.
Or a Gryffindor.
Well, yeah. Yeah, in a way. Not that I have any sort of prerequisites as to what.
Well, we'll get the sorting hat out in the car on the way home.
I'd like that.
We'll find out.
Let's have a go, though. It's Pyjamas having a go up mid, and look at the liberties. He's cleared it all. Okay, wow, that's a dream. 90 seconds into the round, and mid is yours. The smokes will fade. The CTs will drop a second. A barrel's been spotted, and oh, a chance presents itself. Squandered by Nork. Rez is there in support, hoping to bait him in with the AWP shot, but they are all covered in this mid hold. And already Hampus has found enough of a gap. He dropped into the smoke, and he's found another. Hampus just completely silences and flattens the mousesports attack.
He's so active.
Constantly in pursuit of information. And he knows where A-Core is as well. He heard the scope earlier, but he's hit the magnificent shot. Maybe, just maybe, can make it competitive. The bomb's still T-spawn. He's all alone. The CT's ever dynamic. Like, when you're playing in mousesports, you can't help but feel like any gap you've left can immediately be taken back from you.
I'm not sure how they get back into this one. Frozen on the A ramp has a lot to do here. A-Core's going to flash to set him up.
It's kind of cool. Does mean ZTR doesn't have the info, but they probably do, based upon the flashbang that they were setting up Frozen this time sneaking. And there's ZTR's crucial frag. 14 for him. Delivering on this second half. He had a quiet first, but it's Hampus I want to start by talking about. First blood again. And even finding a second. Just as the smoke fades, Dexter loses his advantage.
Only 8 kills in the last 6 rounds for mousesports.
Well, there is an absence, and bomb plants also have been an absence. There isn't a single defuse next to the icon. It's just been eliminations from those CT rounds.
Having a real rough go of it. Oh, that is a nice way to start this one off. Nork is tagged.
But it's a scout, like, that's already, like, I'm upset if I'm Nork because I'm working with 38, but I'm also quite happy to hear that they have got a P shooter and I have the big green.
This might get the mousesports team going if they're able to make this one more competitive, but it has always another tag.
No. Robs. 2 tagged with the scout to start off proceedings, and he's trying to do it all. Hampus is already tucked into ladder though, and so pretty sure as that smoke fades, it favors Hampus. Maybe Frozen with the element of surprise though. Here it comes. And Hampus finds him. He knows what you're up to. Trying to force the issue, trying to find the trade frag, but Hampus is just playing it to perfection. He gets them all.
Everyone else was tagged, everyone else was low, and Hampus saves the day. Is this an A-Core special? We've been talking about an A-Core special.
Oh, you know, I haven't ordered an A-Core special before. I want to see what that feels like. That was a chance in info. He knows there's another. Oh, and another missed shot. A-Core's running out of chances now. The noose is tightening around his neck. The spray is vicious, and the round is nips. 12. Ladies and gentlemen, it looked like it was going to go down quick. mousesports trying to play spoiler. They win the pistol after a 10-5, 10 T round half. But now, they realize that the bar is set for them.
It's crazy they have no solutions. This is just the pistol plus the conversion and then the eco. That's all mousesports have mustered here in this second half. They're going to take another timeout. And there hasn't been a lot for me to sink my teeth into and talk about because they haven't been getting into these bomb sites. They haven't even really been getting past middle. It's just been the same thing over and over again. The loss bonus, it's been maxed out for some time. The 3,400 coming into your bank balance, that's not even what we're talking about anymore. We've mentioned it so many times. Is the lack of bomb plant does not just mean that the rounds are not getting the extra money coming through. It means that they're not actually getting into a point where they're in the site. Think back to the closest round you can imagine that happening. It was where Rops just took his time in a 1-on-3. He almost got the bomb down in that scenario, denied at the last second. Mouse, do you feel like you need to do a full execute? Do you need to try and head over towards B with a bit of a set piece? Maybe continue with all those numbers middle, but send every single body you have behind it so we're not just left in a 2-on-4 walkie boy mid-round.
That's how I describe what we've been seeing.
Walkie boys.
2v4 walkie boys, yeah. Perfect summation.
So this is it again. So there's not a lot of pressure towards mid. Hampus has been having his way with middle as a rifler. It means Nork doesn't even need to be on the scene in a lot of these scenarios. CTR close ramp, playing for info, expecting a bit of an A execute here, NIP with this forward setup. Over on ticket will be Nork. Hampus just casually clearing middle with some occasional peeks. We'll smoke out towards connector now.
A-Core.
Yeah, but there's nobody, they don't want to fight them. NIP are like, that's cool, take top mid, we'll wait until you get a bit closer and then we'll make it really jarring. And with the setup they're going for right now, they actually want you to come connected to A.
They will make it hurt, but only when they choose to take that contact. It's not been any unforced errors out of them yet. Oh, slight bit of info as the molly fades. Bemis' toes cooked. Just a passive stance. You can see Hampus is reacting off the back of that info. Short is lost. Warp. Potent!
Almost the double.
Nearly double into the fingernails. Bemis holds on. And a lovely smoke for Plopsky to peek over. Rop saves the day.
Hampus is here, the spoiler.
He's got util as well, but it's all about the bullets now. Looking around, trying to spoil the day for mousesports. A crucial 14th for them. Robs is staring at bench. And he's been found. Another crucial frag. A-Core, oh my god, he loses his head. Hampus has played spoiler, and it's over. Another one, the equalizer no less. 3 frags from the leader. He's chasing 30. He's having such a big game here and pulling the Ninjas in Pyjamas into a control of this third map. Their defense is so different. It's got such a different look to it. This time, they're just giving mousesports enough time, 15 seconds, just so the chaos... And
what?
What? A-Core's joining the bloody SpaceX program.
You see how high he went? That was wild. Here it is again. What?
He had some really high caliber rounds, actually. Those are new, special, Swedish design, IKEA rounds.
Oh, well, that was a funny one. All right, mousesports again.
Oh, Jesus, guys, they're going so fast. It's just a complete throw caution to the wind and charge. And it's evenly traded so far. We got 3 of each side. mousesports hungering for a 14th. It's eluded them for so long. Hampus is already ahead of your util, and he's planning to play spoiler. Nearly finds Rops. Acor saves the day. Keeps Rops' heart beating, and now mine quickens in pace. Plopsky executed. Acor's the one to pull the trigger, but they know where they both are now. Nork has a smoke, has a kit, has an AWP, and he knows where they both are. Acor trying to punish and does so. Huge impact from the Palace. Glass cannon AWP, but it shatters NIP.
Finally, we see a bit of a pace change out of Mouse, right? And something that wasn't all through middle. Just out Palace, on contact, explode and go. And that was enough to catch NIP out of position. One of the things NIP have not felt is out of position. Hampus is always in the right place at the right time. Here they were having to rotate in. Great work from Acor and the likes of Rops to isolate Jules as a team. And then Acor does not want any of that smoky, defuse, funny business. Peaks well and truly before. And gets them a much-needed 14. That is the first in, what, 8 rounds? Oof. Now they've gone back to the slow pace. Just meandering around middle. This time they're going for a bit of a B piece. 2 players on the site already. Hampus here again.
He's always in the right place this game.
Plopsky with utility, a smoke for him. Hampus with a smoke as well, so they can isolate this execute. Just jump peeking will be heard. Actually deep smokes, but they're ahead of it.
Oh, here they come. He heard the impact, and Rez is pretty damn fast on the flank. Frozen's into the site. There's 2 for the Nip boys, 3 for the Nip boys. They're sending them packing. Dexter's only got a Mac 10. He gets nothing to show for it. And NIP immediately jostle back for position, pole position should they pick this one up. 13. mousesports sat there for a while. It was a full 13-5.
Hampus got his 30 there.
13-5, now 14-14. mousesports have hit a serious lag with their T side, and this is the last time out to piece it together. So you know that the mid default's definitely not been landing. NIP give you the space and then take it from you in short bursts of brilliance. Palace Explode worked, but they're aware of that as well. It's not an easy call to make, and Dexter's the one tasked with piecing this together. Disconnected from his roster, hard to boost morale. Certainly more difficult.
And remember, there's no pressure on Mouse. Even if they lose this game, well, they would still be out of contention.
If any, I think the pressure is self-applied. You know, that there is no, the tournament isn't dictating there should be pressure, but the pressure is...
They want the win.
Exactly. You know, how many times have we heard teams talk about we needed a couple of wins just to boost the confidence, get the ranks believing? It's not an exact science, but there is a lot of merit to that statement.
This is all a fake. Frozen's trying to take space here and draw all eyes to him as they lurk out Palace with 3 of them.
NIP too smart. Hampus, however, going down to Dexter does open up things. Hang on, ZTR. Element of surprise, and he strikes. 2. He's tucked in. He may even find a 3rd. ZTR shuts them down and sends mousesports out of the round. 15. It's about to be found. Frozen. Completely disconnected from the pack. He has managed to find 1 with his element of surprise, but they know where you are, and they know where the bomb is. They know just how tall of an order this one is, and there it is, 15 secured. Don't celebrate just yet. 3.4K on the low end. It's not great. ZTR finding more than he could dream of.
No head armor there on Pyjamas as well, so you can just see how the economy has played a role. I know that his back was turned, but you could see just how quickly 1 bullet and his head explodes. mousesports really up against it here, and they buy in. They afford some Galils, Mac 10, Deagle, Tech 9, and just head over to B for a Hail Mary execute. They've thrown out the mid-smokes, window, back at Cat, smoked on off to draw the eyes, but Hampus, he's here again.
And he wants to take that space from you by force. He clears all his close corners and reports it clear, reports it clean, drop a deep smoke if you can. He's held on to it for now. And Rez, winning out his mid-duel. That does mean it's all coming from one direction. They can focus their attention towards the apartment. Some slip the net, though. It's Frozen. He hasn't checked it. They're both doubled up in the van. And no one was ready. Just 2 now. Frozen doing everything he can. Hampus, the unknown entity, will they really just ignore it? He doubled up in the smoke and there's no expectations. He's gonna find it all. This is cheeky. NIP steal it. All the way from 13 to 5. They send mousesports down into the doldrums, the pits of despair.